Good morning to everyone and a very warm welcome to all of our viewers. My name is Jessica and I head up marketing here at Seaqual South Africa. I'm joined this morning by one of our directors, Trevor Clutie. Trevor, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today about the company.
Well, it's good to be with you today, Jess, and let's go for it. Tell me what your questions are.
Wonderful, let's not waste any time, let's get straight into it. So firstly, let's give everybody watching a little bit of a background. What is it that Seaqual does?
So we've been designing, manufacturing and selling water drainage solutions which we manufacture from various types of plastic since 2001. We manufacture these on our own machines, and these machines are in our factory in Knysna in South Africa, which is on the south coast.
Wonderful. What is your history in business and when did you become involved with Seaqual?
I studied electrical engineering initially, and after that I got into various industries in heavy current electrical engineering, and then later on I moved into the computer industry where I was for 15 years. I had my own business. We did desktop support amongst many other things, and we sold hardware. And then in the last 13 years of my career I had my own business, and after that I then bought into the Seaqual business, which was about 8 years ago, and I've played an active role since then. It's been a very steep learning curve for me, obviously moving into a manufacturing environment and not being familiar with it, but you know, it's taken this period of time to learn.
That's amazing, wonderful. What key features distinguish Seaqual products from others on the market?
So the first products that we brought to market were designed by a master plumber who's now sadly no longer with us. He's not alive. He brought them to market because he wanted to bring products that would solve problems that he was experiencing on a daily basis on site. He was a real stickler for quality and very uncompromising on quality, and he had a real innovative streak about him, and he used that innovation combined with quality to come up with products that were really clever. And the first few products that he brought to market became so popular that today they have become our biggest sellers, and those two products are Hard Drain and Rain Drain.
What common problems do your products solve for plumbers choosing to install them?
Well, I'll give you a couple of examples. If you take our Rain Drain as a classic example, when Tony designed this product, he thought about the fact that they had to dig a catch pit at the bottom of a gutter down pipe. Then they had to line that with bricks and mortar, and then they would place like a galvanized steel grate on the top of it. If you think about it, that was like quite a difficult task for a plumber to do, because typically they didn't have bricks, they didn't have mortar, and that wasn't really their line of skill. So what Tony did was he designed a product that had its own integrated sump. He made it out of plastic so that it's easy to work with and it wouldn't rust. And what he did was he cleverly put on a neoprene collar, and what he was able to do is then push the outlet into a PVC pipe, and then he would be able to tilt it in various directions so that they could match the slope of the surrounding bricks and paving bricks. And talking about paving bricks, the next clever thing that he did was he made the profile of that sump 75 millimeters, and that 75 millimeter detail is the same as a paving brick. So you could then pave and tilt it in the same direction as your paving. And his last clever little innovation was he brought it to market with 5 different colors, and they were the popular colors of paving bricks, which were terracotta, grey, sandstone, green, black and grey.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. So, do Seaqual products carry any certifications?
Yes, they do. All of our wet floor drains and our full bores, which we call Hard Drain, are certified by Agrimar South Africa. Agrimar South Africa is part of the Department of Public Works. They are what they do is when they certify a product, they certify it as fit for purpose, which means that a plumber can safely install that product and know that a building inspector will pass that product. And so our traps and gullies, which are in our wet floor drains, are all certified as fit for purpose.
And I'm correct in saying that Seaqual is the only company or plastic product manufacturing company in South Africa to have this certification?
To the best of our knowledge, we are.
Okay. Excellent, brilliant. Seaqual is based in South Africa. Do you supply overseas?
Yes, we do. So besides South Africa, our market, I don't know if one could call it overseas, but we supply into the rest of Africa. So that's cross-border, not overseas, and into the Indian Ocean islands like Seychelles, Mauritius, Reunion. Our products are found widely in those areas.
Excellent. Who do you supply in South Africa? Can you discuss some of your current clients?
Yes, so we took a strategic decision several years back, about 6-7 years ago, to supply only to the retail industry and not directly to the plumber. Mm-hmm. So that was a very big and important decision, was a crucial one. We would support the retail chain and in the hope that they would then support us, because we wouldn't go directly to their customer. That's the first thing. Today our products are available through all of the major specialist plumbing retail outlets like Plumbing and On Tap, through all of the most of the building merchants, so for example Builders Warehouse, Build It and Buca, and then through all of the independents, specialist independents, of which there are many, in fact too many to mention. And in all the centres around the country you find these little specialist plumbing outlets. And we have a great relationship with all of them. We have customer accounts with in the region of 250 to 300 accounts today.
That's
people
incredible.
that we deal with.
Why should companies outside South Africa partner with Seaqual? How do you feel that your business is going to add value to theirs?
Well, I would say that one of the big benefits of doing business with Seaqual is that we're a company that we're small, we're dynamic, we're nimble, so we can move quickly.
Yes.
If a client wants us to brand a product specifically for them, we're quite happy to do that. Our past experience has been, when we've been speaking to some of our clients, is that the big manufacturers are unwilling to do that. They like to sell their own brand, which is understandable. We're happy to brand our product. So that's one advantage we can offer to the overseas market. The other one is, if you think South Africa during our years of isolation, we had to be quite innovative because we were a little bit cut off from the rest of the world. So we had to find ways to solve problems ourselves. We couldn't rely on overseas markets to do that for us. And as a result, we became a very innovative and creative nation. And that has carried through today into our industry and is quite pervasive among South African businessmen. The other thing is, I think South Africans are hardworking, and a company like ours is very keen to earn hard currency. And talking about hard currency, if you think the South African rand is always going to deteriorate against the major currencies like the US dollar, the Great British Pound, the Euro, etc. So that's always going to make us very competitive, and in fact is going to favour us because the cost of our product is going to become less and less to an overseas market. So we think that we do offer some advantages.
That's excellent. That's such an interesting observation.
Yeah.
And finally, Seaqual has continued to grow over the years. What's next in the pipeline for you?
First of all, we think that our business strategy is sound and good, and we base that on the fact that our results are climbing and our numbers are increasing, so we think that we're on the right track. The other thing is that we've embarked on a major social media campaign to leverage technology, and to that extent we've employed the services of a professional social media company to drive our messaging out into the market, to create greater awareness of the business and to promote Seaqual as a brand and as a product and our company and its ethos and everything that it stands for. So there's a lot happening in that field. We've got new products that are about to come to market. We think that those products are going to be quite exciting and interesting. We've got 2 new products that we've introduced coming out of the pandemic, which haven't yet gained traction. So we think that that is going to bode well for our business. The other thing is that we've just closed some very, very interesting branding initiatives with some of our major customers, and we're going to see the fruits of that coming through. We're embarking on a lot of training for our own staff. It's an ongoing process. At the moment, I'm not going to disclose what it is. We will put it on our website when we're finished with it, but we're going to be sending some of our staff on some very interesting training to get them to the very highest levels. Our ISO 9000, that's, by the way, that was the other certification that I didn't mention we have. We also have ISO 9000 certification. That certification, together with Agrimar, is an annual recertification. So we go through that to ensure that our quality, our standards, and our procedures and everything are kept to a standard that is demanded of us. And I think the bottom line for Seaqual is we stand for quality of service, quality of product, reliability of our product, and affordability of our product. Those are our objectives. And those are the reasons I believe we've succeeded the way we have. And finally, I would put on the table that I would go to war with any one of my staff. We have the most unbelievable staff in this company, and the reason we have them is there are a lot of people available to employ in the market. I spend a lot of my time trying to understand the chemistry of the individual and whether they'll work in this company from a chemical point of view and a match, and only then do I get into what their skills are. So, you know, we first make sure they're going to be a good fit, they're going to meet every criteria that we set for an individual, and take it from there.
Well, Trevor, that's also interesting. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me today. I'm sure that everybody watching has a far better understanding of what we do here at Seaqual, and it's clear from what you have said that there are really big things coming for us.
I would like to add one final point, and that is that I forgot to mention perhaps one of the most important things we did, and that was during the pandemic. It gave us time to reflect and look inwardly and think of ways to improve our business and become more professional. And one of the initiatives that resulted and came out of that was that we created product videos of all of our products. And the clever thing about these product videos is that they can be used to train counter sales staff, number one, and number two is so we don't have to physically go to a customer that we've taken on, a new customer, or if there's been staff turnover at one of our retailers. They just need to watch the video and they'll get to understand our product. It's a huge plus, and if we're doing business with overseas companies, that's got to be a big plus as well, because they can use those videos to train their staff. So we could train hundreds of thousands of people from my desk in Knysna in South Africa, just using these very professional product videos, also done by our very professional marketing and social media company.
Excellent. Well, just so that our viewers know, those videos are available on our website officially under our product videos section. Is that correct?
That is correct.
To all of our viewers, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you have any further questions or you require any further information, then do visit our website, www.seaqual.co.za, or you can simply send us an email on info@seaqual.co.za. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much.